Hardest part of success is who you become trying to get there. And the hardest part of building your dream isn't actually the work, bro. It's watching yourself change through the process. It's grieving old versions of yourself. It's outgrowing people. It's carrying pressure nobody sees. It's continuing after disappointment, right? It's waking up exhausted and still trying again after you've tried so many times and you've been in survival mode for who knows how long, bro, right? You see, if you're an entrepreneur, coach, or creator watching me right now, this is not just a business journey. You're really going to get to see the path that you're walking and how strong and resilient you actually are, because it's hard, bro. It's hard. When you walk the path of entrepreneurship, you're really allowing identity transformations to happen, right? Like you're really allowing yourself to see what your full potential can be, to see what you can become, because you're going to face every single shadow that you have. Shadows that you know you have and shadows that you didn't even know you have, that are unconscious, right? That are suppressed, that are repressed. Like, and this is why I had to make this video, bro, because nobody talks about what chasing your dream actually does to you. The pain, the burdens, how fucked up it leaves you sometimes, because there's so much that comes with it. So much exhaustion, right? So the crown is heavy, man. The crown is heavy, and there's a lot that people don't, when you're getting sold a program, or when you're early on this entrepreneur journey, you don't really know what you're stepping into, bro. You think it's going to be just handed to you. You think it's just going to be easy, right? You make 6 figures in 6 months. You might have seen that around in the freaking sales page. But that's what people do, bro. They talk about the money, right? When you're sold something, they talk about the money, they talk about the followers, the success, and the freedom that comes with being an entrepreneur. And while that's a half truth, what about the other side? The frustration, the anger, right? The disappointment, all these things that leave you fucked up because you have all your baggage comes up, bro, right? And there's even grief. There's a lot of grief for what you think you should have done already, for the old version of you or versions of you that are leaving, that you're letting go of. Loneliness, man, that's a big one, bro. Can't tell you how many people I've worked with, and they feel so alone. So they're desperate for connection, right? Desperate to be in social environments. But that's the thing, when you're an entrepreneur, you are going to be alone a lot, man. And very few people are going to clap for you. And there's going to be a lot of pressure, and there's going to be a version of you that slowly dies while trying to build the next one. 1,000 cuts, man, and you're gonna hurt. Imagine if somebody told you all this before you started walking this path, man. You'd be like, am I sure I want to be an entrepreneur? Am I sure I want to follow my dreams? Because there's a lot that comes with it, and you're gonna find out if you can do it, if you can hold it, if you're capable. And a lot of people are not. But the ones that keep coming back to the dream, the ones that keep showing up, the ones that refuse to let go, those are who I'm talking to right now. Because you got a gift in you. If you refuse to give up on yourself, and you got something to give, you got a mission, a purpose here. This video's for you, bro, right? It's going to be a long road, and just walk the path to freaking walk it. Just serve to serve, right? Like, you can't put a time limit on this shit. You cannot put a time limit on this, because that's when you sign yourself off. And it's interesting too, because with the people I've gotten to help, some of them think they're lazy, right? Like, some of them think that because they haven't got to where they want to be, that they're failures, or, but in reality, they're just tired. And because it takes a lot, it takes everything out of you, bro. They're not even like all the clients that have shared this, none of them are lazy. They all work so hard, bro, so hard. And now reality is just the fatigue gets to you, the fatigue. And that's why the real question is, how long can you last? How long can you stay in the game? How long can you keep yourself going and keep yourself motivated? You know how many, bro, like, there's been moments where I'll just put on a motivational video, right? Like, I need motivation too. I'll get into that zone, into that state, into that mindset, and it'll lock me back in, right? You got to do whatever you got to do to keep yourself in it, bro. And there's going to be times where you do need a break, but just go back and continue, right? can't tell. I've stopped and I started and I stopped and I started. And you get to the point where, oh, like you don't care. You don't care how many times you fail. You don't care what comes with it anymore. You don't care how many long it's going to take. Just keep showing up. Right. And you keep creating your own opportunities. Like I'll share this about to be, wow, that's a minute. It's about to be 6 years now since I left Chicago, right? I was 27. I'm about to be 33. And that's a hell of a story. Every time I share this with someone, people get inspired, but they don't really know what came with that. They don't know the sacrifice, the pain that I went through, the freaking nights where I broke down and cried and I had no idea how I was going to freaking make it happen. Right. Like I was broke, bro. It was one of the most freeing yet painful moments of my life when I made the decision to move from Chicago to Sedona, Arizona. I left and I didn't really have any money, bro. Like all the clients that I had, they either the time was done of working with them, or they couldn't afford the coaching anymore. And all I had was my car, the luggage that I brought to this. I went to Sedona for this 3-day retreat, spiritual retreat, and I had this dream of being an entrepreneur, of being a coach, of right, just helping people, man, helping them heal and find who they really are. And that dream, that vision gave me the courage to take the leap, because honestly, there was no practicality to it, bro. There was no practicality. And when I made this choice, it felt like a part of me was dying, right? Because I let go of my friends in Chicago. I let go of my 5-year relationship at that time. It was a hard move, but I did whatever I had to do to help me make that transition, right? Like I was willing to sleep in my car. I was willing to fast. I didn't care. And luckily, very luckily, I had my parents help me while I got on my feet. But if that didn't happen, and that's the thing too, bro, like if that didn't happen, I still would have made the jump. I would have found a way, because when you have that kind of mentality, and Tony Robbins talks about this, when you have that mentality, you'll find a way, bro. You'll sleep under a fucking tree. You don't care. You get it done. And that's the difference. Like once you already zoned in, you already have that belief about yourself, bring it, bro. Like it doesn't matter what life throws at you. You're going to figure it out. And that's the entrepreneur mindset right there as well. Right. But I was willing to do whatever, because I was living at my parents' for 27 years. That's way too long, bro. But if you're Mexican, you know how it goes. They don't want you to leave. You'll be there till you're 45, 50. But it was the golden handcuffs, man, because what more did I need, right? Everything. I was so comfortable. I didn't have to pay bills. I didn't have I didn't have insurance to pay. I didn't have utilities to pay. It's just crazy how disempowering that was for me. And I didn't really realize it till later, when I was later when I was like late in when I was 26, for a year before I moved out. I'm like, dude, this is really bad. Like I have everything. I don't need to struggle. I don't need, and I put myself in a harder position, right? I could have drove back to Chicago after the retreat and just, got a job, or try to keep building the coaching business until I was good. But damn, did I make it harder on myself. And I don't regret it, because I grew so much, and I had to find parts of me that I knew were there, but I didn't know how to really bring that part out. And I saw the truth. I'm resilient as fuck. And if you're watching this, you probably are too, bro, because we're all a reflection, But when I moved to Sedona, I was so free, man. I was jumping around. I lived in Scottsdale for a month. I lived in Flagstaff for some time. I lived in Surprise, Arizona. I was in Phoenix, Arizona. But Sedona will always have my heart every time. But I felt so free. And as a man, and you'll do whatever for that freedom, right? My brothers, leave me a comment if you agree. Like, you'll do whatever for that freedom, because we weren't here to be slaves, man, at all, right? And the hardest part wasn't moving, right? The hardest part was actually becoming someone willing to leave behind familiarity, right? The friends, the drinking every weekend, the certainty that I had, right? Because I knew I was going to be good. I knew there was going to be food in the fridge because of my parents. And, I wasn't just leaving Chicago. I was leaving my old self over there. I was allowing, and I was creating space for my new self to start forming, to start shaping. Who am I without this cushion, right? Who can I become if I really push myself and I put myself in an environment where I have to depend on myself, where I have to be sovereign. I gave myself a chance. You have to give yourself a chance, dude, because if you don't, you'll never see your real potential. You'll always stay where you're at or just a little bit ahead, or, you have to burn the boats, man. Every time, bro. That's my secret. If I'm being honest, that's my secret. Like, I put myself in situations where I have no choice but to figure it out, right? Cut out everything that can help, right? I fucking took out the pacifier out of my mouth, bro. Like, you got to do everything to make it happen, and that's a secret, bro. Take that nugget, like, put yourself in a situation where you have to make it happen, right? And I was leaving again. I was leaving my old identity. I was leaving my old patterns, old comfort zones, old survival mindset. I was leaving my lifeline in many ways, because even though my parents helped me while I got on my feet, there was still a lot I had to figure out, bro. Right? It's not like they dumped $100K on me and all right, here we go. No, it was just enough. I'll always be grateful for that, for my parents, and I'm going to return the favor one day too. It cost me, and the pain that of leaving my parents that came with that, man, that broke my heart, because I went from seeing my parents, my family, my sisters, my cousins, like from seeing them every day to once or twice a year. And with that loneliness that I already had inside, right? Like I felt it even more. And that was hard, man. That was hard. Like when it really clicked, what I just sacrificed in that sense, I remember I've had many breakdowns about that, but it's like, wow, I didn't even know. I didn't even know how precious that time. I wasn't really grateful for the birthdays with my parents and the holidays. You really don't know what you got till it's gone. It was some beautiful times, man. But even now, right? Just talking about this makes me emotional, but there's a price, man. There's a price that comes with chasing your dream. And a lot of people quit. A lot of people quit because it doesn't happen fast enough, right? Maybe they don't have the help they need. But if you're watching this, something special about you, man. And you know it. And I need you to stay in the game. I need you to continue. I need you to follow your process, to trust your process, right? Right now, like, this is what it looks like, bro. Right? You might feel like you're getting punched in the mouth every day, but it's rebuilding you, right? Like it's rebuilding you, man. The process is not just building success. It's about the transformation. Who are you becoming? What new beliefs are you installing, bro? Right now, you're creating resilience, self-trust. You're becoming mentally stronger, right? Like you're learning how to carry uncertainty, learning how to continue without the applause. A lot of people don't give a fuck if you make it, bro. A lot of people, but there's some that do. They're not going to clap for you, right? They're not going to help you. But once you make it, once you get a little bit, they're going to come right back around, bro. And at that point, you decide what you do. But for me, it's like, I like this Joyner Lucas line. If you know the rapper, he's like, "Get your motherfucking arm off me, bro." But I really hope this video helped you. And I'll end it with this. One sec. It's got my notes. Don't quit because the process changed you. The process was supposed to change you. All right? You're not breaking down. You're becoming capable of carrying more. Stop measuring growth only by the visible results. It's all the internal stuff that matters more than anything. The external comes second, bro. It's always the internal changes. How you feel about yourself. Are you proud of who you are? Are you proud of where you're going, what you've built, what you're building? That's what matters, right? All the external stuff is going to come, but it's always in here, right? Are you a good person? Or do you know you got to make some changes, man? Like, that's the reality. The hardest part of success isn't the work. It's surviving the transformation required to become the person who can hold it. Can you survive that transformation? Are you strong enough? Do you have it in you? That choice is on you, bro. No one can decide that for you. If you know you do have it in you, own that, bro. Strong, powerful, make this dream happen. Do what you got to do. Get the resources, heal the stuff that's in the way, because that's the number one step, bro. What the hell's getting in the way internally? Your beliefs about you? I used to believe I was a fuck up, right? What is it? Until you handle that, you're going to keep spinning your wheels, man. You're going to be running on that treadmill, getting nowhere. And if you want help, if you want support, go ahead and check out in the description my course, Courage Unleashed. I walk you through my truth process. It's the most powerful process I've created. I created it while I was having my own breakdown, and the process just came through, and it's helped so many clients, man. I've seen what it can do. All right. So go ahead, check it out. If you want to work one-on-one with me as well, it's in the description. I would love to help you and go deeper into whatever you're going through right now, and really help you get out of it and get to where you want to be. All right. Until next time, I really hope this video helped. Again, I'm Rogelio Diaz, and I will see you on the next one.